We all call the Earth our home. It's where we live and breathe and eat and drink and create and share community. We share the world with 6.65 billion people, among other important living organisms, each of us making individual choices that have a global impact. By 2050, it's predicted that the world population will rise to 9 billion. Every individual action is a puzzle piece, combining to create our world. Our individual actions create a global impact. If all actions are destructive, the world will fall to pieces. And where will we be? Meet Poly Bear, the happy owner of Glacierfront property. Polar bears travel as far as 20,000 square miles in a year due to the loss of available food. Their role as predators is a vital component in the world food chain, yet their habitat is decreasing rapidly. Over the years, polar bears have been having an increasingly difficult time keeping their ice floe home intact, forcing them to move further and further inland to find food. Due to global warming, 400,000 square miles of Arctic sea ice have melted in the last 30 years. It's the size of Texas. It's becoming the chief threat to the polar bear habitat and accelerating global warming worldwide. We live in a society that ritualizes consumption, with 50% of personal expenses spent on energy use in homes. The average size of a U.S. home has gone from 950 square feet in 1950 to 2,500 square feet in 2004. While Americans spend excessively, generating increased garbage and pollution, less than 1/6 of the world lives comfortably. Trees are 50% carbon. When they're felled or burned, the CO2 they store escapes back into the air. According to the Federal Accounting Office, 13 million hectares of forest worldwide are lost every year. In 2000, the paper and pulp industry contributed an estimated 9% of total manufacturing carbon emissions in the U.S. from virgin paper production. There's a worldwide shortage of trees, and the big corporations are clamoring for recovered paper and recycling to meet the demand for paper. It's all about oil. The United States consumes about 18 million barrels of oil each day. Every drip of that is adding carbon dioxide to our atmosphere. The good news is that anything we do to reduce this consumption can make a difference. With only 4.6% of the world's population, the United States consumes a full 25% of the world's energy and emits more carbon dioxide than any other country. With Americans spending a projected $30 billion on bottled water this year, 2.8 billion people on the planet struggle to survive on less than $2 a day, and more than 1 billion people lack reasonable access to safe drinking water. "25% of the greenhouse gas production comes from methane generated from garbage in landfills. Methane is a greenhouse gas that is 23 times more powerful than CO2. We are throwing away our resources in our land, our air, and water, while increasing global warming in the process. Paper alone makes up 40% of the landfill, while packaging comprises 39%. 39%! With overpopulation, overconsumption, resource extraction, garbage piles growing, inefficient transportation systems, deforestation, overfishing of the ocean, all causing global warming, the polar bears, people, and other species are fighting for their lives. But wait, there's hope. Recycling is one simple thing that you can do to reduce global warming. By recycling a ton of paper, you save 17 trees, 6,900 gallons of water, 460 gallons of oil, 580 pounds of air pollution, 3 cubic yards of landfill space, and 4,000 kilowatt hours of energy. Recycling also gives people an opportunity to pay attention to their consumption and garbage production, which leads to more sustainable personal practices. Reducing oil consumption is as easy as shutting off a light, shutting off your computer when you're done, unplugging seldom used electrical items, or pulling your cell phone charger out of the wall when you're not using it to charge your phone. Turn off the heat when you're not home. There are endless opportunities to reduce the juice. It's simple. Shut it off and use only what energy you absolutely need. Burning a gallon of gas produces 11 pounds of CO2 emissions and makes up a huge portion of greenhouse gas emissions. The EPA estimates that the air toxins emitted from cars and trucks account for half of all the cancers caused by air pollution. You can do it. Drive less, use public transportation, walk, ride a bike, and purchase vehicles that get the most gas mileage possible. Ask yourself, how much stuff do you really need? Start with small items like bringing your own bag to the store, using a refillable mug for beverages, or a refillable water bottle. Every time you spend your money, you're raising your voice. Consume conscientiously. Buy what you need. Buy local, non-toxic products. Choose items made with recycled content, and items that eliminate or reduce packaging. Choose local items that don't rely on extensive transportation. Choose products from companies that are proactive. Your dollar is the most powerful tool you have to make a difference. Food travels an average of 1,500 miles to land on your plate. Transporting food this far is not sustainable and generates greenhouse gases in the process. What many people don't know is that the production of meat also significantly increases global warming. Cow farms produce millions of tons of carbon dioxide and methane per year. Eating local, meat-free diets are healthier and better for the planet. It's time to fight global warming with your forks. There are collective impacts of individual actions. Conservation is the key. Reduce your impact. It's easy. Think global, act local. The truth is no longer a question. It's time to reduce your consumption, if not for anything else than to ensure your future on this planet. So use your education to gain knowledge, learn how the world works, and figure out how you can go out in the world and make it a better place. After all, higher education is about teaching students to be contributing members of society. It all starts with you. Pledge not to work for companies and corporations that are not good stewards of people, the environment, and the economy. And when you graduate, do something positive in your life's work. There's endless opportunities out there waiting for your creativity, inspiration, hope, and action. Do something today. Start by recycling. It's so simple, and it's a step in the right direction. And remember, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not.